Brayshaw takes a beauty. That's it. I'm growing a beard this week.
Thank you. Time back on.
Welcome back to Gus and Gawny, episode 76, it says here, Angus.
Yep, it does. Special episode. Last week was obviously 3/4 way to the century, but this week we get to talk about and celebrate your 200th. So,
Which is on, yeah, thank you, on par with 76 Gus and Gawny's, in my opinion.
it feels like it has to be. 76 has never been a milestone. 200's big. And your story's been well told, so go into it as much as you want.
We will, yeah.
Sure.
We will go into it. No, look, I obviously was very lucky to get to 200 games. Alex Neil-Bullen, 150.
150. Friend of the podcast?
Yes. Yeah, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel with who hasn't been on.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that in a minute. But 350 games combined for two people who, I think it's safe to say, mean a lot to our football club. So
He's been around for a long time. Is he your draft?
my draft, born on the same day as me in January 1996.
We've actually got, do you ever sit back and think, like, very few players get to 200?
How many? Do we have a stat?
No.
Leave it. I'll get in that in the break.
In about 2 years' time, if all things keep going the way it's going, we're going to have about 10 one club 200 game players.
Jack Viney, you,
Christian,
Salo,
Clayton, Salem,
Track.
Bailey Fritsch.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's a few.
And then add Tom McDonald to that list, who's there already.
Tommy Max there. Yeah, no, it's incredible.
Like,
That is.
in my journey in the football club, 200 games, Brad Green and Cam, I'm not sure if Cam Bruce got there or not. That's early on in my
Jones.
time. And then Nathan Jones during. I don't think there's anyone else. And we're about to have 10.
Yeah. No.
And then add Jake Lever, Stephen May, Jake Melcher, Michael Hibbard, guys at the two clubs.
Lockie Hunter.
Brody.
Ed Langdon might.
That's
if
a
he decides-
phenomenal-
Yeah. We've done shout out to
Tim Lamb.
Tim Lamb, Big Jace Taylor, the list management draft. Spearheads of our club. They've done an incredible job.
I think are we close for someone? Is Vines on for grand final day or Hunts?
I reckon Hunt's is one short.
Yeah.
Might be one short. Mine's has to be close.
And Hibbo was very close as well.
Hibbo, yeah. He I don't think he's going to get there anymore. He got injured on the weekend.
Yeah,
Concussed.
Right. Are we allowed
Concussion.
to talk about it?
Yeah, we're allowed to talk. That happened. But yeah, your 200th. How was it? We won, so that's a good place to start.
It was good, yeah. Milestones. I got mentioned at 3/4 time by Goody.
You did. That's a really emotional, like arousing emotional. Sorry, we can't have the drink bottle in. Those who are watching the visual medium.
A sip of water, though, just to
Yeah.
capture this.
A non-affiliated brand who we're not allowed to mention.
Isn't this a great sound?
Yeah, I mean,
That's a great sound.
yeah.
For those that aren't watching the podcast,
Yeah.
that was me drinking some water.
That's Max drinking water. An awesome sound.
Yeah, so
But we won. And you did get mentioned
mentioned
3/4
3/4 time, me and Nibbler.
We needed a spark, an emotional
Nibbler for
spark.
his running, and then he had to go somewhere else for me, unfortunately, because
Not a runner.
Not a
You got a
runner.
bit of Craig Mottram in you for those.
I do like to
5,000
think I get slightly better as the game goes on, but I don't think that's because of my running.
Anyway, he went to the well, got the emotional response, and we had a good win.
We did. I got to choose I got to choose both people that carried me off. You were on the short list.
Yeah, okay, that hurts.
Yeah, but I went for age.
I'm older than Rick.
Yeah, but Melky.
Yeah, okay.
And then Rick was nearby.
Yeah, I was on the. I go to the other side of the ground to give my little.
Rick actually did leave my
celebratory ceremony.
side for the final siren.
Yeah,
He wanted to carry me around the whole G. There's actually some great photos, if we can get them, of me waving to the crowd on their shoulders and Rick also waving.
Yeah, I mean, it's about it. That was always. To be
Who's
honest,
Rick waving to?
The people.
Yeah, but it's not his milestone.
No. He's just waving.
This is poor radio.
No.
But I'm going to show you the photo.
Show me the photo. For those, yeah, he's waving. Melky's got his hand covering his mouth. It's almost as if he knows that it's not about him. He wants to cover up as much. That's what you got with Rick, though. Like, you should be unsurprised having formed
Maisie
that
was
close
nearby,
relationship.
and I gave him George.
Yep.
And Tomo was close as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
if I could have picked all 5 or 6 of yours, I mean,
well, we probably could have got that across the line. You're a big man.
But it was fun. It was fun. Probably not everyone gets to pick their retirement game And if there is a retirement
Sorry?
game, well, I'm just saying that could be the last time I get chaired off.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Sorry, I thought you...
Certainly retirement games, 1 in every 2 people that retire, or even less, probably get the chance to do it on their own terms like that in a game of footy. So, yeah, that could be the last milestone that is celebrated. I don't know if I get to 250. It's another 50 games from here. That's a lot.
That's how many games? Oh, I mean,
Well,
math. You probably have to play 3 more seasons.
I'm not contracted to do it, so we'll have to
okay.
talk to Tim Lamb and Jace
All
Taylor.
right. Well, we maybe just redact that initial, take back that earlier statement, and maybe cut it out so that we can use it as bait to get you another contract.
But what I did think about is my career. And
Where do you start?
199 games, well 200 now, but 199 games. I was having a good little think. Take out individually the best 5 games I've played.
Oh.
What was the best 5 I've played
In.
as a team?
Well, I know what number 1 is.
Well, I'm going to take out the 3 finals because that's unfair on the other games. Otherwise, that'll be 1, 2, 3 and it'll be a boring segment.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think you can put... Well, I mean, okay. Yeah, okay. Look.
Is that okay?
Let's just everyone,
Let's
the grand
just
final...
assume that's 1, 2, and 3.
The grand final's 2. The prelim where you kick 5's number 1.
Yeah, and the Brisbane qualifying's 3.
Yeah. So, yeah, fair enough.
So I've dug a little bit deeper.
I like this.
You were involved in 4 of the 5.
Okay.
Number 5 is Melbourne Hawthorn 2016.
Is that when we won?
You kicked me the ball with the final siren.
Yeah. I do
So
remember that.
We were a mediocre team and Hawthorn were a top 4 team.
Yeah.
And it was 3 games to go in the season.
Yeah, I remember that game very
And
well.
that was infamous. I remember Frosty don't arguing Luke Hodge
Yeah, that was...
on the wing.
Yeah, I remember I kicked it... So, not about me. How'd you go?
Well, not about me as well. It is about me.
It is about
but
you.
I actually played really well in that game.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you kick that guy? I think you missed the
I
last
missed-
kick. Yeah.
I missed it on the siren. Jordan Lewis played for Hawthorn.
Yep.
And he came the next year and he couldn't believe how many times he saw that game in all of our preseason clips.
Yeah, we didn't have many. That was a good game, though.
Number 4, Angus.
Boots issues. I don't know.
You
how
were
you-
also involved in as a very young pup in 2015.
This is your breakout game.
But this has got nothing to do with me.
Geelong.
Boris Enright's
300.
350th.
Yeah. 300?
We're again a mediocre team. And we go down to Geelong and win by 20-odd points.
Yep.
That was
We've documented that was the team breakout game. And
one of the best drives I've had back from Kadiddi Park. It then gets beaten by a game.
Yeah, that comes later on in the piece.
That
I
comes
remember
later
that.
on
I
in the
remember that
top
Boris
five.
Enright game very well, and yeah, that was
Matt Jones tagged him.
that was a big moment in our
Yep.
formative years.
Number 3 is the first final against Geelong, the elimination final.
Okay, so we've gone from.
I'm allowed to bring in the 2018
yeah.
games.
Okay, 2018 doesn't count.
Because the Hawthorn game, even though that's the second final we win, that's not in there. I think the first finals,
Yeah. That Geelong one was insane.
that was crazy. Mitch Hannon ran it down from the halfback flank all
Yeah.
the way to the goal. Yeah,
Special.
that was a great game. Jonesy kicked the winner and did the old
Yeah.
celebration.
Yeah,
That's
the cameras were on that night. There was a lot of
There's a strong correlation between Geelong here because there's another Geelong one coming.
bloody hell.
So
So that's 3. That's number 3.
this is the one.
Wow.
This is the one you didn't play.
Okay, that
This is my
hurts.
debut.
Yeah, fair
And
enough.
again, not about me, but Melbourne were, I've been saying mediocre through the 2015-16 era. 2011, we were right up there as a team that was going no good. And we're up against the Bombers. We had 2 debutants, myself and Jeremy Howe, and 6 people were in the team song for their first
yeah,
win.
okay. So round 1?
Nah, it was round 11, Friday night football.
Oh, so no one had one. That was your first win for the season.
Yeah, there was about 5 guys that debuted in the last 6 weeks and all had a debut.
Okay,
All had a one.
Yep.
So big. It was me, James Strauss, Michael Evans,
Howie.
Howie in the middle of the song, Dan Nicholson, just some big Melbourne names. We were in the middle of the song. We won by 20 points Friday night football against the Bombers. I didn't play in the Christian Salem one when
Yep.
Salem kicked the winner,
That would have been
but
awesome.
that would have been in there as well.
Yep.
But the clear winner is round 23, 2021, where we come back by 40 points. The disappointing thing is we're in front of no crowd.
Yeah, I mean, I think this one just has to be number 1 for the for what it I push back on the fact that it can't be about you. I think this is a segment of your best 5 games that
There
you've
is
been
a
involved in.
debut, 2 very good games, and a goal after the siren game.
Oh, and that just, for me, that last game was...
Can you think of another game right now that trumps any of those 5?
I mean, no, I can't. And I reckon that, you'd have a hard time. I'm glad you took the 3 finals out because I'm not sure how you'd squeeze, 2 of those into the top 5 if the 3 of them were finals. So that's incredible.
A 3, 3, and 2. I played 8 finals. 2 of them, one of them a bad loss, the prelim, and then 2 bad losses in 2022.
Yeah. We've played in all the finals together.
Yeah, just big finals players we are.
Prelim would have been number 1. But no, that's very good, mate. That's incredible. And how many did you play in your first? So because you've had a bunch of knee injuries and stuff, and you missed. You debuted in 2012, did you say?
Yeah, I reckon by the time I got to that 2015 Geelong game, I was half-half. It would have been about 35 AFL, 35 VFL.
Yep.
And then I haven't played VFL since that day. Actually, 2 weeks before that was my 3rd game in a row.
Yep.
Before that Geelong game, I'm not sure if you remember, we played St Kilda the week before. And we were up by 4 points with a set of bounce with 15 seconds to go, and we lost. That whole week, all we did was talk about how do we ice a game with 15 seconds to go. And we're up 1 week later, we're up against Geelong by 25 points with I remember with 15 minutes to go in the last quarter, we're yelling at the bench, how long? How long? Like we weren't stuffing this one up.
Nah, that was big. No, I do remember that. I do remember that game very well. That was incredible.
Yeah. And then obviously there is a lot of the interstate games, like beating Port in Port is always
Always
good.
a happy one.
Tommy McDonald's West Coast game. That was pretty infamous.
Look, close. Marty Hoare, that one was against Gold Coast, though, probably.
2019, unfortunately, not many highlights from that year.
No.
So, yeah. That was
some good stuff.
It was a good exercise. I enjoyed it.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, mate. It's all about you this weekend. Sorry, Nibbler. And you've done it justice. We got the win, and all's well with the world.
Yes.
George looked depressed. Can we talk about that?
We get on George Gate.
He did not look happy.
He's an
stage.
introvert, as you know. He was pretty good in the change rooms before the game.
Yep.
Not sure if you noticed him.
I got a high 5.
The banner got him.
Yeah.
That's
I would
pretty-
say even before, maybe before the banner. So I walked out and I was like, oh, there's George. And then he's looking upset. And then he gets handed over to you. And then it's, battle stations.
It's pretty confronting, the banner.
Has to be, I imagine, for
I
an
remember
infant.
he got real close to it. Just before we were about to crush out, he looked up.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, no, mate.
Too big.
That's curtains.
And then Track, I remember because camera's gone to you and George on the run out. And Track has got like a fistful of blue confetti
He don't want
from the
that.
thing. And George is like just bawling his eyes out.
He's like, track.
What are you doing, mate?
No. But no, he had a good day. Obviously, had to hand him to Maisie because that's an OH&S.
Yep. Yeah.
One other stat we didn't talk about is I ticked over into the positive.
In the terms of the games you won.
In terms of win-loss.
199.
I was
losses.
99 and 1.
Yep.
Do you remember the one?
You
should.
Was the one where...
You should remember.
Hawthorn. You've got this game wrong, I'm
You
convinced.
should remember.
The Hawthorn game
You had a
last
chance
year.
to win it with a set shot because I passed it to you.
That is untrue.
And then Luke Bruce went and kicked a goal down the other end.
Well, so our defense is the reason why we
But
lost.
did you have a chance in the last 2 minutes to kick a set shot goal?
So we've got now 199 and 1 draw.
Okay. You want to deflect?
Have we not played in more than one draw?
I've been around for another one. We played Sydney in 2010 and lost. And drew.
Feels like there's been another one. But anyway,
I
so
mean,
you're in the
I
positive
can't-
ledger.
I can't think of another one. And the stats show there wasn't another one while I was playing.
Yeah. Might have been
Yeah, I'm in the
one
positive.
week.
Let's see if we can hold on to that for a little bit longer.
I'm excited to do it. Who we got next week?
And to think about what
Sydney.
we've done the last 3 years.
Yeah.
We've lost 7 this year, I think 6 last year and 5. So yeah, it was
We've been
it was
putting
a poor
in.
start.
We've been putting some work in.
It was a
to the
poor
ledger
start. And I was 3 and 1.
to start out of the gates. Whoa.
And then I just went downhill quickly. I think I lost 17 in a row at one point.
That's not great.
Yeah.
Can't be good for the ledger. Well, hopefully we win. We won 17 in a row, so there you go.
What else? It was BCNA week, which was
It
good.
was. That was awesome. My mother got into the...
She did?
Pink Lady and
Where was she
loved
standing?
it. I can't remember. I think the foot. One of the feet.
Okay, so Hawthorn Cheer Squad end.
Yeah.
What is that end?
Punt Road.
So home games.
Punt Road end.
Home games, Melbourne Cheer Squad sit City end.
It's really disorientating
It
when you
is.
get into the MCG and, you're actually in the middle of the ground without having come in from a gate where you know where's where. It's I think it's the city end.
Okay.
But it's a 50-50 guess. I could be wrong.
Yes, I think you're right.
Okay.
I took Nibbler to the coin toss, actually. And
Did he call?
no, because Sicily was the away team.
Sure.
So Sicily called, we won the toss. And I told Nibbler, you pick which way. And the umpire said, tails it is, and looked at us. And Nibbler went silent.
Wow.
And I sort of like nudged him, and then he went, and just pointed straight away.
Taking it all in.
But he's 1 from 1.
So am I.
I'm not sure. Actually, he might have flipped it for his 100th. I don't know. Can't remember what his 100th was.
50 games ago, probably. But we done with talking about I want you to land the plane.
We're on BCNA.
Yep.
I didn't realise it was a once every 5 years thing.
I think the fundraiser happens. We wear the socks. We do the promotions.
Field of women.
Yeah, the field of women. I think is once every. But that didn't make a heap of sense to me because
I
they
was
said
around
there
for-
was one in 2010.
Yeah, I was there for that.
For the mathematicians in the room, 2015, 2020, 2025 would be the next if it was every 5.
Well, I don't feel like we had a 2020
Yeah, well then,
because of COVID.
I heard the last one was in 2018.
There was a technology one.
But it would have been 2015 and then it wouldn't have happened. I think the last one was in 2018.
So it's once in every 8 years.
I just want to know how that happens. They do a great, job of it. I'm not stepping on anyone's toes, but that would be the question I'd ask.
In 2010, Melbourne wore pink V.
Yeah.
Western Bulldogs wore pink instead of red in their stripe, and the umpires wore pink.
Nice.
No, not nice.
Bad.
There was a time Danny Hughes
I reckon I have a pink jumper.
kicked the ball to an umpire, and it was a close game.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hughesy.
yeah. You know that name?
You got to be better than that?
Do you know that name?
Danny Hughes.
Yeah.
Yep.
What
From
number?
Melbourne.
What number did he wear?
He wore number 26.
38. Not bad. The history of 26 is Wiedemann,
Track.
John Meeson.
You've missed Christian
Christian
Petracca.
Petracca was in between those two. Who wears it now? Jed Adams.
Yeah. Jed.
There you go.
There you go.
Now you wanted to bring this up. Let's be clear.
Oh, no. We have been speaking about this. Don't you dare throw me out on this ledge because we need to stress.
I've been
from-
like, Angus, I really want to give my boots away. And you go, Max,
So
we need to bring this up.
are coming from a total place of positivity.
Yes.
But
I just want to tell you
feel-
my quick boot story.
I'd love to hear it because I've got a couple.
So I wear Asics DS Lights. These boots stopped getting made at the start of 2021. And I got a little word up that these boots were going to stop getting made. And they're my favourite boot. I wear red on red. Asics don't have any other red boots really. It's just something that I liked. I like the boot. It feels comfortable. So I then brought 10 pairs of Asics DS Lights. Even Tomo had a couple of extra pairs and he gave me his. Sam Wiedemann was wearing them and then he gave me his. So I had about 15 pairs of DS Lights. And I went through them real quickly, real early. And then I'm like, they're not coming back. They're not going to remake them. So I started saving them to a point now. In my wardrobe, I have one more new pair.
That's got to last a career.
That's got to last another 2 years of contract and hopefully
At
3.
least. Yeah.
And I have about 3 or 4 old pairs that I'm still currently wearing. I can't give a crowd member a pair of boots.
Yeah. So I
apologise.
this is because the support, we just crave the support. We love the support. Signatures, tick.
Yeah.
Photos, tick.
Sometimes the hat I'm wearing, but I only have 4 of them. But
Yeah,
now,
but even
now I'm
then
down
it's
to
like-
3. I'm down to 3.
Yes, it's easy enough to assume that.
You should be our property steward.
Yeah.
He
Come in and
gives
talk
nothing.
to Jake.
He gives nothing.
Well, it's because there's not a heap to give.
Yes.
Where we're not overflowing with stuff here. So
I could give them a lot of black New Balance socks.
oh yeah, if you want some black knee, but even then, it's like I'm not running out. The one that got me was, and it's happened. It seems to be happening a bit, which is why I think this is what we're doing here. Just educate. It's more education for the people.
I'm just letting you know that I can't.
Know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
If you're going to ask for something, may as well ask for something that you're a chance to get. So I got asked running out onto a game the other day
For your kidney.
for my kidney. Yeah, well, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, can I have your boots on the way out to play the game?
That's poor from you that you didn't do that.
I was just, I mean, come on, guys. Let's just have a think. There's a footy after a game. You can ask potentially for one of those little footies if we win.
Yes.
I think everyone's happy to give a signature and take a photo.
Well, the thing that's happened
But I've got to play in these boots.
is some people have got boots. Stephen May gave his
He
boots.
gave his boots away. I'd say there's only, and this is a lottery. If you want to play the lottery, so be it. I just don't.
You're
think
an
it's smart.
outside. You're a 1 in 100 chance to get them.
Because I'd wear the same pair of boots. I need a new pair. I order a new pair. I get a new pair. I then wear them in, and then they're my boots for let's say 10 to 12 weeks.
Yeah.
And
What do
if you catch me at week
Yes.
12,
See, now all of a sudden, if I'm at home, I'm still going to ask you for your boots because I'm not sure if it's week 12.
but here you go, because I've got 11 residual weeks of people asking for boots that I'm just
What
not
week
gonna
are
give.
you on, out of curiosity?
That's a great question.
Are you nearing 12?
Nah,
Okay.
nowhere near.
Okay.
So I've got these boots for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So grand final day, come to the grand final if
Yeah.
we're playing, which we hopefully are, and then you're half a chance to get the
You're an
boots.
outside chance to get them. I wore mine for a good couple of days post the grand final.
Yeah. Well, so that's what I'm saying. You're an outside chance. I'm saying if you come into a game and you've got someone's attention, you may as well play the percentages and just ask for something that you're 100% going to get, which is a signature and a photo. That's just my thing.
But just to go on my situation again,
You boot the
I will
Asics.
not give out a pair of my boots.
Yeah, well, I
No,
feel...
you sound like you're 1 in 200. We could get you on a good day. I am categorically no.
I'm just going to jump on as well and say there's not, it's
No, on the 12th week, I can get a pair of your boots.
No. Categorically, you will not get a pair of my boots at a game of AFL football
Okay.
at the MCG or any other ground around the country. It's just not going to happen.
If next year I run out of Asics Downslights and I have to go to a new
What are we going
boot,
to do then?
I have to go to a new boot, then I'll have an influx of boots.
What are you going to do then?
I could give out boots.
But as in, like, what are you going to wear? Have you even thought about that? That's not
Tommy's
tomorrow-
trying to get me to his rival brand.
Tommy McDonald.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just a little PSA, public service announcement for the people. Just
What about helmets? Could you give out helmets?
nah.
How many of them do you have?
We 2.
Could you get more?
3?
Though? You could get more.
Yeah, but they don't just grow on
You do like
trees.
Insta posts for them
I get a couple of helmets at the start of the year.
and a couple of dollars as well.
No, not many. There's a couple of dollars. It's not many.
You would
and it's
dri-
certainly not that many helmets. What I would say to that is, are you sure you really want because I've got to keep them for the whole year.
Yeah.
They are...
So you change them every 12 weeks there as well or not?
Well, no, there's one for the strip, one for the...
Do you colour code?
There's a little bit of that.
Nice.
Steven had done that.
Like what Hunty did with his headbands.
A little bit. You know.
I
I mean,
mean,
Hunty, similar
A
people.
little bit different.
Similar people.
Yours
Similar
isn't
people.
for appearance.
What
I
about
don't think.
shin pads? Do you colour? Do you give yours away? Or
I make a shin guard at the start of every year. So technically, in
Hit
the
you
last
up on
game of
the-
the year,
yeah,
I could give out a shin guard.
yeah. To be honest, like if everyone came to the MCG on the fence and said, "Give me all your stuff at the end of the year," and we didn't do it,
Yeah.
that's not the end of the world. It's just that every single week, I don't want to get your hopes up. You're not getting a pair of boots.
Okay.
You're not getting a shin guard. It sounds like.
Well, you are in the last game of the year.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just save it up, save it all up, and we'll see you at the.
I don't have a mouth guard, but you could have that.
You don't wear a mouth
I
guard.
don't wear a mouth guard. Sorry, that's stemmed from a long way out.
There you go. Maxi Gorn doesn't wear a mouth guard.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't ask for that. Don't ask for that.
I got strong teeth. The front six aren't real.
I know you got the
Yeah.
veneers.
No, they're not veneers. They're just fake. But they're
Anyway.
strong. They look good.
Anyway,
Would you say that?
they did. I remember when you got them. They looked, and I was like, wow, nice teeth.
It was a pretty funny day at training, wasn't it?
Because you had to keep them. I don't know. There's sensitive. They were sensitive, and I could tell.
It stemmed from a football injury for not wearing a mouth guard. I
Well, that's-
chipped my tooth.
Feels like, there's a lesson in
But
there.
now they're really strong. And they're stronger than a mouth guard.
There you go.
There you go.
We're
gonna
going to ask
come
you
back.
boots. Yeah, we'll come back from a break.
All right, over.
Hi, Jake Lever here. Zurich Insurance has been protecting Australians for over 100 years, from individuals and families to businesses large and small. Just like a game of footy, life is unpredictable, which is why they offer a range of insurance solutions to help you protect what matters most. So why not head to zurich.com.au or contact your financial advisor today to see how Zurich can support you. Now, let's head back to Gus and Gawny.
Welcome back to Gus and Gawny. Thank you to Zurich.
Yeah, I mean, you would have just heard. You wouldn't have heard, but the people listening have heard a tremendous ad from us or someone else, potentially.
And Sporting Zone as well. They're our two favourite people. Now, to the trained eye, what's the word I'm looking for? The
Depends on what you're trying to say.
starts with A. The astute.
Attentive?
Astute eye.
Could be astute. The astute listener.
The astute listener. The astute eye.
Depends on even what you're about to say.
To the astute eye, you
land the plane.
realise that we have a former player who was a runner.
Yeah, so I just want to say that, you were certainly a player
Astute?
you're running now. That's an astute observation. I
Okay,
think that's
thank you.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm happy with that. He's actually has a role at the football club. He's our player development manager. And I feel like what he's done here is part of his role.
Yeah.
We lost Joel Smith at the last hour this morning,
We did.
and we've managed to get in Reece Conca. Welcome, Reece.
Thank you. I'd say it's a pleasure to be here, but it's
been
not
rough
really.
So far, it's been rough. And I just want to I'll inflate your tires a little bit because Gawny's done a good job of deflating him on the way in. We, at the start of the year, I don't know if you listened, but had this big, who are we going to get? There's going to be, I had Elon Musk in the sides, we had
And then therefore had Greta.
Donald Trump, Greta Thunberg and all that stuff. And then,
Had to please the left and the right.
so it goes downhill pretty quick. And then Joel Smith's on our desk this morning. It's like, Joel Smith, like how are we going, the two of us? And then now it's like, hang on, we've actually got Reece Conca. And
It's been brought back up.
we've been lifted back up. So thank you very much for coming on. It's very good to have you.
Nah, it is a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here.
Have you heard much about the podcast?
I've listened in every now and then.
Really?
I can honestly say I haven't listened to one start to finish.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But I love you both very dearly.
Yeah.
So,
What was your favourite episode?
ooh,
He's never listened.
yeah, no, I have listened. No, I've definitely listened. More just little snippets of it.
Yeah.
I could just say you've had pretty much every player on here, so I
He
can
has
just like
listened.
throw a dart.
100% he has listened if he uses the word snippets.
Brilliant.
Have you
Did
come
listen
across
to the Tom Bug episode?
Have you come across Tom
I
Bug?
have not heard the Tom
Oh,
Bug
it's a Tom Bug
episode.
episode.
Oh, there you
Well,
go.
we need to get Tom Bug back on.
What's he doing?
That would be a blast from the past.
Yeah, well, social media, actually, no, we've got some other people in that space that could strengthen your role in particular.
I think that this is we're here to talk about Reece. We're talk about my foibles as a social media manager. But
Let's do a little bit of This Is Your Life.
let's
Yeah, sure.
Drafted in the end of 2010.
Correct.
explain that one to me because it's not a stereotypical draft experience. You sort of came at the end of the year, sort of thing, and then
So that was the Gold Coast Suns
yep.
coming into the league. So they had every draft pick under the sun.
Okay, you were pick.
6. So I went probably well above what people are expecting.
Wow.
The late bloomer.
What was your about me as an 18-year-old? Who did you play like?
Probably like the Joel Selwood mold. I was like kind of tough, but just love to get in amongst it, push forward. You can sort of play anywhere.
Yeah.
But I was managed to sort of slide up to pick 6. If it wasn't that, I was going to Port in like the teens.
So the first 5 were Gold Coast?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
4 to West Coast. Homegrown.
Yeah.
Like where
Love that.
Yeah.
Any
they took
interest
Gaff.
around-
Gaff was a good pick. So
Yeah, that's
no, we had a good draft. We had some good names in there.
It was 5,
Pollock,
and then you went 6.
6, and then I think
Dice
Heppel.
in
Yeah, Dice.
Who else?
he's a good
Howie,
bloke as well.
Howie and Tom McDonald.
Yep, they
Tommy
were in
Grant went
amongst there.
53.
Yeah, Tommy.
He's still playing.
Yeah, well, so
well,
is
you
Howie.
were on our injury prevent. What's the COVID list? So are you still on that
That
list?
would have been a good laugh. No, I don't.
We've skipped forward
I don't
11
think
years.
Yeah, sorry, I hopped, skipped, and jumped a little bit. Sorry. But
Drafted to
bring
Richmond.
it back.
To Richmond, yep.
And then you chased money to Fremantle.
Oh, I would not.
Homecoming.
That is audacious.
Or, so
The prodigal son return sort of setup.
was there a contract from Richmond?
It was like on the hold contract.
So you could have stayed.
They were bringing in Tom Lynch, so it was kind of like priorities. Tom
Yeah,
Lynch, Reece Conca, plugger through the midfield. Do you want to star up forward?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I went home.
So you saw the writing.
No.
is going on here? This is a
This
positive
is
podcast,
this is the love hate that we have.
okay.
Gawny, jeez Louise.
You've come home to the city of not the city of churches.
The beach. I don't know.
The sandy
beaches.
state.
That's
No,
Queensland, isn't it?
Nowhere's the city of churches.
No, you're right. That's the
Adelaide?
city of no. It's the city of food and wine.
Okay, jeez. Well,
I got
I've
slapped on
learned
the
something.
wrist. Yeah,
I've
that's
come
good.
on the podcast and I'm
There you
learning.
go.
How good's that?
So
what-
you get back to Fremantle what year?
Yeah, what year?
So that was 28, end of 2018.
Okay.
And then you would have come across an Abe Brayshaw at some stage in
Yeah,
that.
very
What
much
year did he
so.
get drafted? Did you guys get there at the same?
Nah, he was
Point
the
in
year
time?
before me. So I got a second year.
Yeah, there you go. Second
Andrew?
year. Andrew.
Yeah, he's one of a kind. Actually, you're all kind of the same, the Brayshaws.
like
It's
four of a
like,
kind,
Yeah,
maybe.
literally 4 of a kind.
How'd you time in Fremantle? You got back there. Did you just love it? Was it everything you wanted?
Loved it. It was awesome. Spent time with the family. Played every game my first year at Freo, which is the only season of my career that I played every game. So that was nice.
Nice.
Little revival.
There you go. Renaissance.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But
I've got a question.
yeah, please.
This podcast was driven around one person for about 2 years.
Yep.
We had a whole segment on Ed Langdon.
Yeah, he was big for us.
And it's a bit about Angus knowing Ed before the Ed that we got to know at Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Angus thinks he's this Swedish house mafia, loving the private school.
Short back and sides.
short back and
Ralph
sides.
Lauren, rolled up
And
jeans.
he's turned into
Darren
this Brunswick. What did you get? What Ed did you get?
I got the Ed we know, but probably just like a slightly more mild version.
Still went to Swedish house. When he was a
I don't know if it was Swedish House.
The best night of his life, mate, was at Swedish House Mafia. Just check the socials, all right? The best night of his life.
Yeah.
He lived in Fremantle, which is like the Fitzroy equivalent, would you say? Like a little bit trendy, a little bit.
So that's what's turned him, because that's where his first adult life was.
Yeah, I mean, he got
Fremantle
drafted.
turned him.
Yeah. I guess you could say that. But a little bit less refined. Like he's a little quiet.
Probably slightly more in his box, whereas he's
Yeah,
come
he's-
right out of his box,
Hasn't
here,
he?
which
Yeah.
is probably a reflection of the club, really. The
Yeah,
culture.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And probably because we were big drivers of him.
I am slightly bullish, but I claim
Yeah.
a lot of his talent.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair enough. So you
His
get
talent, wow, that's huge.
So you get Andrew Brayshaw, you get Ed Langdon, then career 150 games you played
Yep, on the dot.
on the dot.
Yep,
What
very
was your
lucky.
last game?
Gold Coast.
Did you know it was going to be?
No. Oh, not really, no.
Do you get chaired off for 150?
You don't, no.
Okay, I was just checking.
Yeah,
We were
I
talking
would
before
not
about-
have let anyone cheer me off.
In hindsight, it would have been your last game, so that could have
Would've
been
been a smart
retirement
move.
lap. Yeah,
It was halfway through the year.
Yeah, it's probably not.
So, yeah, it's not probably not time and place, but yeah, 150 on the dot.
And you wrap up, and when did you start? Because Pete played development manager at the Melbourne Football Club. Was that the design when on the way out? Were you thinking about what you were going to do next, and this is what you wanted to do?
Yeah, and I was very fortunate. So my last year at Richmond was a Varn marriage. So you would know Varn. You would have had some great battles against the great
I've had some
man.
good battles against the big fella.
Yep. Big
Now
fella.
his cousin.
I remember him.
Is a cousin?
Avant Solder,
Yeah.
yeah, first cousin. So Varn's one of my closest friends. He transitioned into the PDM space at Richmond. So my last year there was his first year. He's like, Conks, mate, you've got to do this. So I qualified up, did my counselling studies.
That's
after
qualified.
Yeah,
in case you're
sorry.
wondering, Max.
The qualifications.
What did you say?
Qualled up.
I qualified up, yeah.
Lingo.
Yeah.
I'm slanging it.
Yeah.
And then, did some stuff at Freo, like with our PDM there. Did some work experience at a few other places. And, was fortunate enough to transition into this role straight after.
Did the role say you had to be runner?
No.
Because our last PDM was runner as well.
Shannon Burns.
Yeah. I'd say, you know what Richo's like. He loves
Yeah.
his footy. So that would have been in his head, his thinking. Let's just merge two roles in one.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But I love that role. So I was all for that.
Which leads me to the running questions.
Okay.
Have you had to tone down a goodie message?
Have
I couldn't imagine you yelling at me.
If I need to. I did drag you off the ground a few weeks ago against North Melbourne.
That was fun.
That was fun.
You got dragged.
Well, the last sort of 8 minutes, there was a few players that got to sit on the bench for the last 8 minutes, and I was one of them. And it was a kick out. And I said, oh, no, I'll defend the kick out because that's cardinal sin if you come out when there's a kick out on because
Yeah, that is a
you
cardinal.
leave.
Yeah, but there was time.
But then
you
Reece
knew
is-
there was time to
Reece,
get off.
Reece said, no, I'm under strict orders that it's now.
I didn't say strict. I said, no, mate, you've got to go. You're off. That's it.
Wow.
He gave me a ripper on the weekend. Listen to this.
Get dragged again.
You might have been in the. I reckon you might have been in the set of bounce. Were you in the last set of bounce in the first quarter? There was a little brawl after it.
Yeah.
Reece comes out and goes, "There's 2 seconds left." So I bring you, Clayton, and I think Tom Sparrow in, and I said, "Boys, there's no hit to here. I'm just going to grab it and get a kick. There's 2 seconons to go."
Yeah. I do remember. I remember
I
the look on
grabbed
your
it
face
and I got a kick.
And I remember the look you shot my way afterwards, and it was a man who was absolutely guilty of all the charges. But yeah, so you've
There's nothing that could have happened. 2 seconds. Even if I gave away a free kick, there's no chance I get it inside 50 in time. So it's a free hit.
Yeah, nothing. The goodie didn't even tell me. I just rogue went on the ground
Wow.
and ran that
Went
out.
Did you do that much?
Never. That's
Okay.
probably the first time because
Yeah.
it was just kind of like, I'm just going to get out of here, let him know. Goody writes stuff on the board, like for quarter time prep. And I was like, I'm just going to get out and about.
2 seconds. It's not really a message, is it? It's just the truth.
It's
not like you're saying like, change the game plan entirely. It's like, here's the time, act accordingly.
It's probably more just let you guys know, get out there, get amongst
The
it.
post goals, is that you?
I like to celebrate a goal,
Yeah.
all through my career.
But you have
I was
like 4
big for
messages
that.
to give as well.
There's usually one or two.
But you get around the
The celebration's like
well.
post the message. If
Yeah.
I've got time
Yeah.
and I can zip there, I'll get there.
And is it to get on TV? Is that what it is?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Just to
I-
spread the positive vibes.
There is no, I don't like attention, you know that.
Yeah.
But it is lovely to get around the guys. You know that, celebrate.
Yes, correct. I got a few more questions.
I hope some of them are positive.
You wear long sleeves as a runner?
Yeah.
This is tracking negatively quickly.
Yeah, this
but,
this is going to turn.
This
quick,
has a
isn't it?
subtle undertone before you
And-
even ask the question.
Not
Why is
even
that?
exciting. Like, what? Let's give the listeners something important.
Well, we play in some very hot climates and you're out there in a long sleeve.
I just, I just like wearing the long sleeve.
Okay, understood.
Burn a few more skinnies.
Yep.
I don't
There's
get.
something to that.
Yeah,
Another one. You play sometimes after your runner on the Saturday. You play on the Sunday.
yeah,
No, the other way around,
Friday,
Saturday.
to Saturday. Yeah.
And how do, and you struggle with that with the
Struggle.
What's that?
Another negative.
25K in a weekend.
Yeah. It can add up. No, it's I play down at where my in-laws are from in Bannockburn, down Geelong way.
Like a nice
Yep.
Pinot down there.
They do.
And a Chardonnay.
It's your part of the world, isn't it?
Bellarine Peninsula.
Yeah.
Underrated little gem.
Yeah. Beautiful
Continue.
place. So yeah, played a handful of games out there, which is nice and fun. Just plod around.
Yep.
Enjoy it. Get a few kicks. I did a little hammy about 6 weeks ago, and that really threw me. I was like, it's gone past me.
Did it affect your on-field running with us?
The game after, yeah, probably.
Wow.
I had to probably sit in third
What
gear.
game was it?
Did we lose?
No. It was a good win.
goodness.
It was a good win. Which helped.
Yeah,
Because
I
if
mean,
we're
bloody
losing,
hell.
Goody flies messages out.
Was
I've
it,
got to sprint.
was it potentially Adelaide when they kicked like 4 goals late and we couldn't get into
Yes,
the...
I reckon you're right.
Well,
It
we
could've-
couldn't get into the setup because our runner wasn't coming on and telling us to get into the setup because he was injured.
Wow.
Wow. I don't think that's the case,
Okay.
but I can't
I made that up.
categorically
Feels
say
like
that.
an allegation.
I clearly made that up.
Anyway, have you got something positive to say about Reece?
No, I'm clearly positive.
Well,
I
it's
wouldn't
his
say
fault.
clearly.
He's lost. He's lost us a game against Adelaide.
No. I'm a big Reece Conca fan.
Okay. What do you love about Reece,
Clearly.
mate?
I think what he's done from a cultural point of view since walking into this club has been magnificent. So,
Yeah.
forever in debt for what Reece has brought us. And if we do get to that ultimate glory in this year or next year or the year after, I think it stems from a lot of what Reece's work is doing. And also, I can feel completely at ease with everyone post their career with what they're going to go into because of work Reece has done.
Well, there you go.
There you go. What do you got
Do you
for it?
feel like that? Everyone?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say I'm super confident, but I'm doing my best. Career development's a big aspect of this space, one that you need buy-in from the players. So, yeah, the old you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So that's the old one with this. But
What will Angus Brayshaw do post footy? Not asking you, asking Reece.
well, he could do anything, this bloke.
Yeah, but if you had to put your,
You, I'm not so sure.
if you had to put, if you had to say something that you think Angus would do,
He'll be a CEO of some awesome, massive entity, big enterprise.
okay.
I would say. Maybe not jumping straight into it,
Yeah,
but he'll be
straight to
getting there.
CEO?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
And what am I doing post footy?
Oh, jeez. Don't know. Probably trying to get on the tour, cycling. A late jump onto the tour, mid-30s.
I mean, if we can manage that, I'd be extremely happy.
I'm
with
not
that.
helping you with that.
We're talking dream jobs right now, are we?
Well,
so
I mean,
I'm going to
yeah.
be a workhorse on the peloton, and you're going to be a CEO. Okay, well, I'm
I can sponsor one of your teams. Don't they all have corporate
you'll
sponsors?
be my boss. You'll be my boss.
You can start your own team.
There you go.
I don't know. You'll be running motor and the other one, East End.
One of them.
Well done.
East End.
East
With
Yeah,
Cadell
I'll
Evans. And
give
what
it a
about you?
plug.
10 years? You
I'll
going to
give
be
it a plug.
PDMing or what's the long term?
Dunno.
Reece Conca.
Yeah, I'm actually not too sure. I mean, I love this role. This is what I really wanted to do. So I don't like the idea of working up to like a super footy management role, but we'll see. I'm
Well, it's your
staying
oyster, mate.
present. I'm staying present
Love
on this
that.
side.
You live a distance away,
So does everyone.
but 2 or 3 days a week you stay with Jed Adams and Will Verrill.
Wow.
One night. One night.
Feels like 2 or 3 though, doesn't it?
It feels like the whole week sometimes.
Yeah. How are those two boys?
They're great. I mean, you know, they've come a long way. Jed especially, he was as raw as they come.
Well, so when you say that, I remember there was a young draftee who I'm not going to name who left a raw whole chicken in a microwave, and it started decomposing after about a week, and they couldn't figure out what the smell was. It was Luke Jackson. It was Luke Jackson.
Yeah.
So that's
The big dogger.
They've come from a long way. You know, that is how are they stacking on that scale?
Yeah, they haven't hit any areas quite like that, which has been nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, no, the one night's great. I get him in the kitchen, cook up a meal every week. They get delegated certain things around the house to clean.
Do you reckon they like the night that you're there, or they envy it?
Oh, I'd hope so.
I feel like the other
That feels pointed as well,
isn't it?
Reece.
the other 6 days they're just watching Netflix and not doing a thing, and then Reece has to get there and they clean the place up, and
Yeah, well, they're better for it then.
they are better for it.
And we were better for having you on, Reece. So thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
sparing your time.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
We'll talk to Joel Smith about the fact that he didn't rock up, but I feel like we struck the jackpot.
Well-
We actually tried to get you on the week. Who did we replace you with? You were our guest all week, and then something come across our desk, and we had to. It would have been like an Elon Musk type person.
Yeah. I mean, it certainly wasn't Elon because
Yeah,
don't worry,
we haven't had
I've kicked
Elon.
those tyres. But it's probably time I go back there. But no, long list of people that we want to have on, and you were for mine. One of the big
Well,
fish.
thanks. Well, you've got an ill-prepared, bit dishevelled Reece.
Well, I
but
like
we'll
the.
take
It's
that.
just a little bit. This is authentic. It's like your true self. It's not like you've had time to practice all your responses. So we got the authentic version.
Do you want to say quickly while we go through the news?
You can
Might as
leave.
well.
I'd love to, yeah.
give us your
no,
little-
please.
Kate Chandler normally does this segment, but he has also stood us up today.
Wow.
Yeah. So injury news: Bailey Fritsch pushing to return this week.
You sometimes join in with the rehab boys. Have you seen much of
insight?
Bailey Fritsch?
Yep. Yeah, no, he's in very good nick, flying. I think he'd be ready to go.
So
am I allowed to say
you
that?
say whatever you want.
Yeah,
mate.
yeah,
Say
sick.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
You
no,
don't
he's-
sit in either of match committee or high performance, do you?
I do not.
So
no.
you have the same amount of idea as we do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So he's playing.
So you are allowed to
in
say
the world of Reece Conca. He's 100%
Yeah,
playing.
if you had actual information and he wasn't playing, that would be weird if you said that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No.
And Daniel Turner returned this week.
He returned, and he did it half decently as well. 25 touches. He took 8 marks.
We did have a late withdrawal on the weekend. It was Big Betty Brown.
With his knee, but the Casey boys just went down. It's been a couple of close encounters in a row, which we've just fallen the wrong side
So
of.
unfortunately, we're in the first wild card. Have you seen this?
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool.
7, 8,
I'm
9,
for
10.
it.
Well, I mean, it's like an NBA playing sort of. You're an NBA guy,
A little bit.
so you know the function, how it's like.
Yeah,
the
yeah, I know how it
playing-
works.
I think it adds a different dimension.
Well, there's a
to the-
slight benefit that everyone else gets a bye and you get to keep playing footy. Almost.
Yeah, I mean, depends on how you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they'll play
Melbourne.
North Melbourne.
On Sunday, I think. Same time as our game. And the 22 under 22 finally got named. We had 4 in the squad,
This is
if you're aware.
disappointing.
This is your wheelhouse.
I
the
saw
young-
that,
the-
yeah.
the young
How do you
fellas.
feel about? I just wanted Judd McVeigh wasn't selected for the squad.
Yeah. Oh, disastrous.
And then only 1 of the 4 have made the team.
Wow.
So I'm going to name you the 3 that didn't, and you just go, give me your first initial response. Jacob Van Rooy didn't make it.
Yeah.
Did you play
I'd
with
love
John-
to see who's filling that
Did you play
spot.
with a miss?
No.
Okay.
No.
Did he get picked? Have we seen that?
I'm presuming he was the other tall.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well,
Did you play with Jake Bowie? Sorry.
no. Are we talking Melbourne or Freo, mate? Switch
That was
on.
I got to switch on then. First reaction when I say the name Jake Bowie, didn't make it. Yeah.
Premiership caliber.
Trent Rivers hasn't made it.
So I would have thought the amount of social media stuff I get from people asking me how he smells,
People are telling me he's the best player in the comp at
how
the
he
moment.
looks. It's a fan voted thing, and he has, as far as I can tell, a strangely devoted amount of fan support for stuff. It feels like he would have been voted in. I'm
He's a
disappointed he
star.
hasn't.
But because
McGuinness went to him in the second half
Yeah.
on the weekend. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of that.
I was.
That pretty much sums it up.
Cozzy Pickett made it.
Yeah, well, that speaks for itself.
Yeah.
The fan vote, he does stuff where it doesn't matter who you barrack for.
Correct. And last bit of news, AFLW gets started in about 10 days' time now. Friday the 1st. I'm not sure
Why'd you have to look at your watch?
because it says the 22nd of August. How far away is Friday the 1st? Is there 31 days in August? Or 30?
yeah,
30
there
days
is.
as April, June,
This
31.
one?
Oh yeah. The
Which
knuckle.
means it's
That's
10
what you're
days. I
doing
reckon,
with the
I
PDM.
reckon it's 10 days. Friday night footy against Collingwood. That starts. They've nailed their first 2 practice games. And their flag unfurling will be at Icon Park on that day.
$30 for a membership seems like that's a pretty good deal. I know Sparks has pretty much gone com silent.
Sparks will get that cheaper for us, I reckon. He'd get it down to $29, I reckon.
$29.95 if you do it in a bunch of 10, but just leave that one with us. And so that's the news done.
But new captain, Kate Hoare. I like Kate. I'm excited about what the D's girls can do this year. 14 of the other captains said they're going to be in the grand final.
Well, I feel like that's probably unders.
Yeah. I wonder who the captains didn't say.
I'm sure we could find out. We'll save that for next week.
Thanks for coming, Reece.
You were great, mate.
And we'll be back in a fortnight.
Uru.